Hey guys, Nancy Beth, my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, we're back after too many days. Okay, sorry I didn't get back to this video. Life is life, and like they say, like the young people say. Anyway, so we need to sew in our signatures into the junk journal. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to sew these in. And I actually already made this video once, but anyway, I messed up and I'm redoing it. So, but you guys didn't even know that, so I shouldn't even have told you that. Anyway, okay, so we have the first signature here, and I opened it up in the center here. Okay, yeah, I opened it up in the center here. Let me show you how I'm going to do this. And when you do this, definitely clip it with your clippies. Let me just clip this real quick. Okay, let me use my small ones. All right, so what I did here is I measured, and I've actually already done this, but I'm just going to go through the steps that I've already done because I told you I did this video once and it just was a mess. Anyway, this is 8 1/4, but I'm going to treat this like it's 8 inches. Okay. So what I like to do is to know where to put the holes. So I'm measuring this whole thing to be 8 inches. Even though it's 8 1/4, it's easier to do with 8 inches. So the halfway point would be 4 inches, right? So right in the crease where this crease is, right in the crease, I'm going to put a dot with my pencil. Okay. Then I'm going to come in 1 inch from the top and then come in 1 inch from the bottom. Okay. So I'll go to 7. So it'll be, I'm going to go 1 inch here and 1 inch here. So I'll measure it at the 1 inch, and here I'll measure it at the 7 inch. Okay. And then, and I've already poked the holes in it. Oh, actually, yeah. I'm not going to put this in here because, anyway, just forget that I had that in here. So I've already done that. I already poked the holes in it. So the holes are done, okay? And just to show you, what happened was, the reason I took this away, I was going to add this in, but I hadn't really poked the holes in it yet, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So I already poked the holes in this. So there's a hole here, which has already gone through here. So there's that 1 inch. There's one here in the middle. Okay. And then there's one here at the bottom. Okay. So this one's done. So we're going to do that to all 3 of the signatures. So we're doing like we did to this one. Then you do it to your second one. Same thing. 1 inch here. Halfway point is 4 inches, and come up and you'll hit it at 7 inches here. Okay. Poke your hole. Do it to this one. And I have a third one here. Do the same thing. However many signatures you have. And there's my third signature. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do after you've poked your holes is you want to come in here, and we want to, what I decided to do is measure, each one of these is going to be 1 inch apart, okay, in here. So I'm taking my ruler and I measured, and I already did this also, but I'm just doing it again. I went 1 inch in, just a second. I went 1 inch in here. Just a second. I got this thing. Okay, there we go. So I measured 1 inch in, and so from there, take your signature and put it in right here. Okay. Making sure. So now we know we've gone in 1 inch, okay? And we have our holes that we've already poked in here, here, and here. And what you want to do is take your pencil and mark it. So you mark that hole, you mark this hole, and then you mark the third hole. Okay, so that's this first signature. Now, for the second signature, which is this one, you're going to go from that first dot that you made 1 inch and go in another inch. Okay, so from this one, we're going to go over another inch. Okay, and mark that one, which I've already done. Okay, this is the way I've come up with so that all these signatures are evenly spaced, because my last time they weren't evenly spaced, and that's why I had to just totally get rid of that last video, because they weren't evenly spaced. I was trying to decimate too much. All right, so take this again, put this in where you want it to be. And where I want it to be is, I want it to line up with this dot here, but I also want it to just make sure that, you know, it's kind of in the middle of this book, because my junk journal is a little bit bigger. So then I mark the first hole, mark the second hole, and mark the third hole. And I've already done that. Okay. Now I'm going to take my third signature. And the reason I'm doing 3 signatures, I was only going to do 2. But I do have a 3.5 inch binding here, extended binding. And what I figure with the third signature, just to fill this whole thing up a little bit. If it's full, I won't even decorate the third signature. And the third signature is all nothing but coffee dyed paper. So it just be like all journaling space. So I'm not going to decorate the third signature. It's just going to be for journaling. Okay. Again, where's my ruler? From that last hole, you want another inch, right? So measure another inch. Okay, so now I know where this goes in at. Okay, and mark it. Sorry, mark that inch. And you want to pretty much line it up with the other, line it up with that first one that you did. So there's that. And then put this in. Okay, there we go. And then you want to go ahead and line up your holes. Okay. So here, 1, your second hole, and then your third hole. And I already did that, but I wanted to show you those steps, okay? Let me make sure you guys are seeing everything I'm doing. Just a second. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna sew in one of these signatures with you, and then the other ones I'll do off camera. Okay, so we need to sew in this first one, and we will put this here like this. Now let me get out my needle. I like to use a doll needle. It's super long and has a really big eye. If you can't find a doll needle, I got them at Hobby Lobby in the section where you get like the just regular needles, embroidery needles. That's where I found this. See how long it is? And the eye on it's really, really big. The second best thing to me is get yourself an embroidery needle. And then I like to use either crochet thread, which is what this is. You buy it in the yarn section at Hobby Lobby or wherever you want to buy it. This crochet thread, I'm gonna do it in pink, and or you can use embroidery floss. I just like the crochet thread because I'm able to get, like, look at this big bulk of it. I got this for this year at the yarn clearance. I got it for like under $2, like $1.50, $1.75. When you buy an embroidery floss, that goes a lot quicker. This will last me forever. And I picked up 2 of them, so it's really going to last me forever. Okay, so you want a really long, make it pretty long. I don't know how long, but long. Okay. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to start in the middle, in the inside. Okay, and there we go. All right. Making sure you guys are seeing that. So here's the needle. And leave a little, not little, but leave a nice size tail. Because this tail is what you're going to use to tie everything in the middle. Okay. So leave yourself a nice size tail so that you can have something, not, you know, a nice length to tie, to finish this up, tying in the middle here. Okay. Then we want to go into the journal. Oh, I forgot a step that I didn't show you guys. All right, so keep all that in mind that I just told you guys, because I haven't even done this yet. I thought I did it. Okay, we need to put holes, in where we put the holes here, okay? Where we put the holes in the spine here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the holes. There we go. There we go. There we go. And this right here, I love this. This is like an awl, but it's like a pokey tool from Dollar Tree, and I like it. I bought an awl and I like this better than an awl. It's really super sharp, and we're going through like chipboard thickness doubled. So, and this just goes right through. I found this actually sharper than the awl was. And I also like the way it fits in my hand really good. So hopefully I'm not freaking anybody out. The last time I did something with this, someone said, oh my God, you were freaking me out with that. Okay, you gotta use a lot of arm strength. Oh, my arm is hurting. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got 3 holes here, 3 holes here, and let's do the last 3 on the bottom here. Whew. Okay. Okay, there we go, and the last one. Okay, there we go. So now we got all the holes in the book. All right, so now we can come back to our signature. I'm sure somebody was like, girl, are you going to poke the holes in the book? I'm getting there. Okay, so I went through the center here, right? From the inside of the book, we're going to follow the first row for the signature of 1, 2, 3 holes. We're going to go through that. Okay. Okay. And then just keep an eye on this, the tail that you have, because the tail's you're gonna pull on your tail. Just pull it back out and make sure your tail's good. Okay. Then we're gonna go to the bottom hole. Okay. This one here. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to come up through the bottom hole. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Yes. Okay, and then come through the bottom hole here on our signature. All right. Bam. Okay. And just make sure that it's tight. Okay. Make sure everything is pulled through good. There we go. Everything's pulled through good. Okay. Then Make sure that looks good. Yeah. Then you want to go back through the middle hole again. So we're going to go back through the middle hole. Okay, perfect. Through the middle hole of the signature, and then through the middle hole of our junk journal. Let me find the hole. Where is it? Here it is. Right back through that. Okay. There we go. Make sure everything's tight. Okay, why is this messing up here? Maybe I need to. Just a second. There we go. Then we want to go up to our last hole. Okay, so let's go up to our last one. Make sure that's tight and go through our last hole here in our signature. Okay. And always check, let me show you. Always check the the vine here and make sure it's nice and smooth like that, okay? Now, forget I have a couple of extra holes from messing up earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collage, do little pieces of whatever of my printables, little pieces, and collage over those holes just to cover it to make it look cleaner, okay? But I'm not going to do that here on this video, but I'm just trying to show you that's why those extra holes are there from when I messed up in my last video. Anyway. All right, so then cut this off. Okay, and then you have so then you have this here in the middle. Remember I told you you're going to tie this. So what I do, if you had someone to put their finger there, have someone put their finger there, but I don't have that right now, and I usually don't when I'm in here crafting, so I'm going to use a pencil. Just a second. I'm just making sure all this is really nice and tight. Make sure it's tight on the outside. Yeah. Okay. So take a pencil. First get your, go ahead and bring this down and let's start tying it. Just a minute. Let me just see something. Okay. Like I'm all thumbs today. Okay, there we go. So there we go with that. And then put your pencil in here and put pressure on the pencil. So it's like, that is like the finger there that you need to hold the string down while you tie it. Since we don't have one, we're using this pencil. And just put your right hand or your left hand, whatever you're using, put pressure on it so the pencil's, holding down the string. Okay, and then slowly pull this out. Slowly pull this out. As you pull it out, bam, there we go. And then I'm going to cut these strings down a little bit, but I do like to leave my strings in the middle kind of long like that. I just think it looks pretty. Just adds to it. And check it out. Look at that. And that's what that looks like. Like I said, ignore this hole here. That'll be covered. I will collage over any extra holes. But look how nice that looks. And now everything's going to be evenly spaced. Here, here, and then here. Okay? So we got this one in. So we can take these off. I'm so excited. Okay, so That's what you have to follow for each one of these. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to sew in the other two signatures so you don't have to watch me just do the same thing over and over. And then I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay? Okay, so I've gotten the rest of these all sewn in. So here's the first signature that I did with you guys. There's an inch in between, which I'm good with that inch in between. I believe I'm going to be good with it anyway, because I want this to be able to have room to expand before we get to the next signature. Here's the second signature. Okay, and then here's my third signature. And remember, I told you my third signature is nothing but copy dyed paper. Okay, so it'll just be all journaling spots, and I'm not going to decorate it. I'll only decorate the first two signatures. And you know, I showed you the first signature last time, so let's just go to the second signature really quickly. Make sure you guys are seeing everything. Yeah. So, and then I didn't talk about this yet. I use mostly my printables and a few other things that you're going to see. The printables that you're going to see in this, they're called She's So Vintage. My Etsy shop is My Fairy Treasures, and it's every 5 pages is $2. Okay, so if you like these printables, go to my Etsy shop, which there's a link in the description, and you can check them out there. That's one of my printables here where this signature ended. Second signature, this is another printable. Okay. And a lot of my printables I do on cardstock. And then the copy dyed paper I usually do on like paper on a printer weight. You'll see it as I go along. This one actually is done on this is one of my printables also, but I did do this on paperweight. This is done on cardstock. Most of them are done on cardstock as far as that. This is paperweight. Okay, just regular paperweight also. And this is just like a love letter. This is another one of my printables. This is, I love this. This is a word search, and it's the back of the word search where it gives you the answers, and I copy dyed it. Okay. And I love this. This is something new that a lot of people have done this. It's just new to me, where everything's not even. So I might have a shorter page and then a regular size. So I'm loving that. Another printable. This is Sears catalog. And I love this against the copy dyed paper. And it's a little bit shorter than that, which I think is so cool. And then this is also one of my printables. This is music note on printer paper, copy stain printer paper. Another printable. Okay, and that's done on cardstock. Here's another music note. Here's another printable. And I'm showing you the printables just so that you can get an idea of what the printables look like. Copy dyed paper, paperweight. And these usually, I do decorate these sometimes, but a lot of times I'll just like maybe put like something in the corner or something at the top and leave the rest plain so that, you know, you can journal in it. Again, another one of my printables. This is avocado dyed paper, which is really neat. It turns pink when you dye with avocados, whether you do paper or you dye fabric or laces. Here's another one of my printables. Copy dyed paper. Oh, this isn't just copy. This is a book page that I copy dyed. So, okay, another printable. More avocado dyed paper. This here on the back of my printables, they're white, right? So what I like to do is just right off the pad, I like to take Distress Oxide Antique Linen and just go like this right onto this. And then I'll take one of these makeup brushes that you get at Dollar Tree. Use that in the ink like this, and then get real close in, okay? Because it's hard to get this whole thing right in the crux there. Okay. Or also, if you want, you can, when you go do your decorating of your junk journal, you could decorate this page. Whatever you want to do. I usually like to do this and then take my script stamp and do a script stamp all over this. And then decorate it with something else also. Anyway, this here is one of my printables. Copy dyed paper. Another printable. Music note paper. Another printable. coffee dyed paper, coffee dyed music notes, another one of my printables. This is one of my favorite ones. Oh, and the printables that I made, I have both in my shop. I have printables that are done horizontally, so they can just easily fold up into signatures. And then if you want to do tall, skinny junk journals, I did some vertically so that you can just fold those up and there'll be a tall, skinny junk journal. The other half of that Sears advertisement from the Sears catalog, another printable. This again is that word search, but I took my glue stick and I glued it onto this. It was a short page, it only went to here, and I glued this on here so it could be like a flap. Another one of my printables, love letter, avocado dyed paper, another one of my printables to end it. Okay, and then we go into this one, which is all coffee dyed paper. Okay, and like I said, I have like an inch in between all of these, and also like an inch, probably like an inch and a half on this side and an inch and a half from the front, which I think is going to work out perfect. And it's 3.5 inches is what this my binding is, and that's how this ended up here. And I went ahead while I was off camera, and I went ahead and just took little pieces of paper, little small ones, and any holes I went ahead and collaged the holes up. So that's how I fixed that. This is what the back looks like. I love her. Isn't she beautiful? She's so gorgeous. So that's what the back looks like. That's the binding. And then here's the book. So now we're to the point where we can decorate this whole thing. I am super stoked to decorate this. But before we decorate it, we're going to go for about 4 or 5 weeks. I'll do several videos on making ephemera out of my printables so that we can start decorating this. Okay, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna make one more junk journal. I'm gonna make one of those long, tall junk journals because I've never done that, and not with a hardcover, with a soft cover. So that's going to be next. I'm just getting all my printables together for that. Remember I told you I made tall printables, I made like vertical printables that you can use in your tall journals. We're going to use those in there, and we'll probably use a few of these ones also, and then just cut them down however we need to do it. Plus, you know, music note paper, coffee dyed paper, book pages, whatever. So all right, so that'll be my next video, and then we'll start on making ephemera. Okay, so let me know how you guys like this. If, leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. Give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you join our group called Our Magical Little Place. Make sure you join the group. What else? Oh, also, if you want to go to my Etsy shop, there's a clickable link in my Etsy shop called My Fairy Treasures. Every 5 printables is $2. And if you want to join the Facebook group, it's called, my eBay store where you can buy the printables 5 for $2 is My Fairy Treasures. Same as my YouTube channel. The Facebook group is called Our Magical Little Place. Okay, and there'll be clickable links below. Okay, all right, you guys, that's it for this one, and that's the end of this series. And you know, I'm gonna put this whole thing in a playlist that just shows you how to make a junk journal and an extended spine, so that if people want to refer to that, it'll always just be in its own little playlist. So all right, you guys, that's it for this one. I'll talk to you guys soon. Talk to you guys in the next one. All right, bye guys.